Hey guys, just to let you know that this video is sponsored by Ant Keeping Depot. So in the video we're going to be taking a look at the all-in-one nest from Ants HQ. That's not long just come out. This is of course the Momeko 1 ants nest. It comes with everything you need, including a adapter, power lead, water feeder, vinyl tubing and a plug. Now this plug actually powers one of its tricks that it's got up its sleeve. It has these 3 buttons on the side that actually power up LEDs that have been built into the 3 chambers. So there's 3 LEDs around, and so we've got 2 smaller upper areas, and then we have the larger lower area. This is a close-up of one of the smaller areas with its built-in LED. Down in the larger area we actually have a water reservoir. Also, we fill this using the blunt included syringe via this little opening on the side. It shoots down into the little storage, which then it can actually soak into the surrounding material and also comes through the fine meshing. This is really good for spreading and getting it absorbed into the brick so we can get a nice humidity gradient. Taking a look over at the top, we have the Outworld that's sparsely decorated, leaving you open to have it as plain and as open as you want, or to add in some freestanding accessories of your own with not much requirements. You can add in twigs, rocks, you name it, you can just add them in, it's all empty. The Outworld includes 2 expansion ports on either side, as well as 1 entrance to the underground nest. Now I am told that this electrical in point here is actually meant to be slightly loose. As long as you don't see a single flicker in the lights, that is exactly how it's meant to be. It stops it being pulled out too easily. So as we take a look around, the nest is expandable via the left side. So if you've got 2 of these and you put them next to each other, it wouldn't quite work because you couldn't have left to left. But you could expand it up to an Outworld with 2 entrances if you wanted to go around in that way. So kindly Ants HQ supply me some ants to move in to this setup, and over the next couple of months you're going to see plenty of this colony, and you'll also see how the nest ages with me along the same journey, as this will become one of my main colonies now, and this is just me getting them moved in. So I initially put the test tube in, and this is about an hour later. Most of the ants had taken up refuge behind the water feeder, so I took this opportunity to get the test tube out by just gently tapping out a few stragglers. Once I'd done this, the scurry was pretty much on. But the ants pretty much discovered the underground chambers straight away. I'm not saying this is going to be the same for every species, or even the same species, but for me, it was very smooth. The Outworld is large enough, as you saw, to take a full-sized test tube, so you can put the entire test tube in, and if it's a slow-moving species, that's not a problem, because you can just return the Outworld lid and leave the test tube in there for as long as it takes them to move out. Now the lighting is rather nice, but you have to have it close enough to an electrical outlet, as you don't get much of a length of USB to your USB wall adapter. But you could obviously purchase a USB extension, so USB male to female extension, and that would obviously increase your distance. But if you're like me and you're too far away from an available plug, you won't be able to use this without purchasing something to get it to the electrical outlet. So the interior of the nest is rather quite nice. It very closely replicates something that they might come across in the wild, but it certainly gives them plenty of porous gripping points, and they can utilise the entire space. As for the Outworld, well, you're pretty much free to do what you like in here. However, it has been grouted already for you, so you will only be decorating it. You're not going to be changing the colours, which in this particular one are like a very, very pale salmon. But it isn't at all an eyesore. I actually quite like it. It's something a bit different. It has been topped with a gravelly, sandy grain, which is copied down into the nest, giving them perfect grip. And of course, it comes with an included red acrylic overlay that just sort of rests onto the magnets that hold on the front piece of glass. Talking of the front piece of glass, which is actually glass, it is held on by magnets, which means when you move a colony out, or you need to move them out, or just to get in to clean so you can reuse the nest, the glass quite literally, with a bit of prying, once you get your fingers behind it and it's just you against the magnets, you can just pull the glass straight off. It's only being held on by strong magnets. Which is all well and good, because I don't foresee anything knocking that off. And the red overlay seems to rest quite happily on the 4 magnet stubs. However, to use it with a heat source, I would recommend currently using a heat mat, but I am personally a heat cable user, so I would love to see some optional feet added, so you can stick them on to raise it for heat cable access. But other than that, it seems to be a pretty well-rounded unit. Thank you for taking the time to listen to my review, and I'll catch you in the next video.